Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Fangirls Only. This week our special guest is Liddy Clark.
Hello, hi.
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 I love your background.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
it's
got it
great.
all set up because I was running a little bit late and I was like, oh, I want to make sure this looks all nice and cool and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
it's pretty.
sort of sweet. I wonder if I can get some more natural light in here. That might help. Yeah, now you can see it a little bit better. So,
Perfect. Yes.
yes,
So
yes. How are you doing?
we're doing good, yeah.
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, 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 good. Yeah, just thought I could run a bunch of errands and turns out I definitely could not in the time that I had. So, yeah, you live and you learn. So,
Yeah.
Before we start, do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
absolutely. Sorry, one second. I think this is my Amazon Fresh order coming through the door, so my dog might start barking in a second. But
Okay.
yeah, so just a little bit about me is that I'm a 23-year-old singer-songwriter. I'm based out of Los Angeles currently because I just finished up college at USC. And
Mhm.
I've been writing and singing music ever since I was 7. I've been playing guitar and writing my own songs since I was 13. And I've been, just out here playing with a live band and putting out songs and kind of going through a few different genres. But I'm currently landed on sort of an indie pop country sort of wavelength at the moment. So that's where I'm at. And that's pretty much the Spark Notes version of what I do and who I am. So
Cool.
So we'll just get started with the questions now. So the first question is, what's been your favorite song that you've made and how long did it take to make it?
ooh man, that's really tough because I feel like the songs that I really enjoy making are the ones that are like the saddest and the most like emotionally like vibrant, I guess you could say. So I think the favorite would probably be Sorry Mom and Dad. I released that one back in February, and it was a song that I sort of started writing kind of as a joke because, the phrase like, sorry, mom and dad, like whenever you do something stupid. And
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to write something funny like that, but then I ended up like writing all these really sad lyrics that like actually kind of worked. And I was like, oh, I could actually make this kind of a serious topic in the song. And so I decided to do it. And I was really scared to show my parents, and my dad cried, and my mom yelled at me, and that was real fun. But it was exciting just to get to put it out, and I feel like it was kind of the first song of this project that I've put out that's been like really serious. Like, oh, this kind of stakes my claim as like singer songwriter. It's not just country, it's not just pop. There's like a through line of like wanting to tell stories and wanting to tell good stories in the songs. So
Yeah. Okay. When did you start singing?
I started singing when I was 7. I actually moved from Texas to Florida at the time, and so I was really trying to like keep in touch with all of my extended family that was back in Texas. And one of my grandmothers, she decided to do a genealogy project, and she found out that we were related to like very distantly related to Pocahontas from history, and that was really exciting for me. Given the fact that like they had the whole Disney movie coming out around that time, and I really loved all the Disney songs and I loved Colors of the Wind, so I was like, okay, in a tribute,
It's okay.
let me put on Do Not Disturb. All right, anyways. And I really loved all the Disney songs, and so I decided for a tribute to my late, great, very distantly related ancestor that I was going to sing Colors of the Wind at my new school's talent show, and that was how I was going to make friends. And so I did it, and my parents were like, oh, we didn't know you sang. And I'm like, yeah, now I do. And so afterwards, I think I won like best in second grade or something like that. Like we had maybe 10 kids in our class, so it was not like a hard competition or anything. But I asked my parents like afterwards, I'm like, hey, would I be able to like get started in like plays at my school and like musical theater outside of this and start doing private vocal lessons and stuff like that. And so that's really where it went from there. And I did a lot of musicals and theater up until about the time I was 13. And then I decided, you know what? I think I actually like pop music a little bit better than musical theater. And it felt a little more, or I guess a little less limiting for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry if I keep on going on me. There's like a lot of background noise. Sorry about that.
Oh, is it in my end or your end?
Fine.
Okay, cool. I didn't even hear any of it. So, yeah, you're good.
Okay. So, who's your dream artist to make a song with?
Ooh. I have a lot of artists I want to make songs with. I have been loving Phoebe Bridgers recently. I would love to collaborate with her. Julia Michaels. Who else has put out good stuff? I mean, Harry Styles, of course. Yeah, Billie Eilish just put out an amazing album. I think there's like so many unique artists coming out with like these amazing projects nowadays. I feel like people are, I don't know, expressing themselves more truly than ever, and I would be honored to collaborate with any of those folks.
Yes. Who's your biggest role model?
Ooh. Okay, so when I was growing up, I listened to a lot of music in like car rides, going to competitive cheerleading competitions, believe it or not. I used to, do backflips and stuff. I wasn't ever very good, but I did travel for about 3 years. And so we would do all these like super long road trips to like northern parts of Florida, and it would be like 7 hours in the car. And so my mom would put on a lot of like Shania Twain and John Mayer, and I would beg her for Taylor Swift as well. And so those were a lot of the like artists that kind of soundtracked the early years of my life. And then back when I was 14, 15, I went up to Berklee College of Music and I did a program up there over the summer. And everyone is like kind of, I don't know if it's weirdly, but like they're very obsessed with John Mayer over there and being like, oh, he's an alumni, even though he went there for like a semester and then dropped out. But that's also where I learned my love of John Mayer because everyone else loved him, including a boy that I was interested in, and I was like, "Ooh, I can get into this," and I did, and it's all good. So,
So, how long does it usually take you to write a song, or like the whole like process?
yeah, so it definitely depends, like on how the song gets started, and songs can get started in a bunch of different ways. I have voice memos with just like random melodies. I have just random lyrics written down on my phone. I even have like a list of like titles that I think would be good for songs, and I just kind of keep it running like as I think of them. And I find that a lot of my best song ideas tend to come when I'm least expecting them, which is great because I don't know, I feel like if I put too much pressure on myself to perform and to come up with something super creative like right this instant, then I'm not gonna do well. And so I like to have that running list just so I can bring that into sessions, or if I'm having a particularly, inspirational day, then I like to be able to look back on that and be like, hey, I think I want to write this idea today. And then it gives me kind of like that jumping off point to start writing that song. And I've had songs written in as little as 30 minutes to a few years. Like I've been stuck with like choruses for years and I've been like, I can't find the right verse for this. I'll try and I'll write something and I'm like, no, that's not right. And so I just have to like, keep going back to it. And, some of them have eventually come out and others are still stuck in the drawing board. So,
Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite part about writing slash making music?
I think my favorite part about making music and writing music is I love the writing process. I love getting to like figure out exactly the right words for what I'm trying to do because I feel like, I don't know, in real life I feel like I say a lot of stupid things because I don't have a lot of time to think about it and, head empty, no thoughts in my brain. And so I like to be able to just like sit and like really ponder what I'm doing and then I can be like, yes, I fully stand behind that. That is what I absolutely believe. And so that's definitely one of my favorite parts of it, but another one is getting to connect with people on songs and getting to like talk to people about their experiences and how that relates to the songs that they've heard. And they're like, oh my gosh, I am going through this exact situation right now. I needed this song. Thank you so much. And I'm like, yes, dude, I love that. And I don't know. I'm a big story person. I love getting to hear stories and I love getting to tell stories and that's really what it's all about for me is connecting with people and hearing stories. So.
Okay. If you would go on tour with any artist, which one would it be and why?
Ooh, good question. Um, hmm. I really want to go on tour with Harry Styles. He's done it with Casey Musgraves before, brought a little bit of a country influence, and she did great, and she is great. I think she's coming out with a new album soon, which is very exciting. And yeah, I think Harry Styles is my number one. And it's not just because I named my dog after him, but
Oh my gosh.
his name is Harry. He's on the floor right here. He's not as pretty as Harry Styles, but it's Harry.
Okay. What's your favorite lyric from your new song We Both Know?
Ooh, that's a good question. Y'all are coming up with really good questions. Um, I really like. There's a part in the second verse. Let me just go through it so I can remember exactly what it is. Start. I can't remember. A part of me wants to play it safe. Be the girl who tries to win this game. Who gives in first and finally hears the words she wants to say. It's the second part that I'm like a really big fan of. I really like how I wrote this. But I know that if I don't, I'll regret it. Feeling like the words left unsaid could have led to finding what I've been looking for. Yeah. So that's probably my favorite part. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I'm part of the genius lyric just describing thing when they do it on YouTube. So love that series. Would love to be on it someday. So
Maybe.
yeah, you never know. You never know.
Okay. Who inspired you to start singing?
Hmm. Well, I mean, it was my grandmother, and it was the story of Pocahontas, and really just the whole entirety of Disney as a company, because I loved Disney movies growing up, and I loved, being loud and singing along with the characters. And I mean, some of those tracks are like still bangers, like most of them are. So it's hard not to be influenced by that sort of thing when you grow up listening to that and kind of in an environment where you're encouraged to sing and even in the most random situations. So I'd say definitely the company of Disney and Pocahontas as a whole.
Okay, so I think this is the last question. I
Mhm.
sort of just made it up on the spot because I'm actually going to university next year, and I heard you say you were finished. So I was wondering if like you had any advice. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. That's really exciting. Congratulations. College is
Thank
like
you.
one of the most exciting times in, a young person's life, as my father
Yeah.
has told me many times.
Mm.
And my brother's actually about to start college too at University of Georgia, so he's going through like all the orientations and like picking out of classes and
Mhm.
dorm room selection and everything. So I think if I had to give advice to just going into freshman year, it's do everything that you even think about like wanting to do. Like if it pops into your mind like I think I want to do that, but like I'm scared it might be a little weird socially, or like I'm scared it won't work out. Just do it. Try a lot of things, and it's okay to do dumb things freshman year, because I remember I was really embarrassed a lot of times because I would say stupid things or like walk up the stairs to the wrong part of the building and people would be like, that staircase doesn't lead anywhere. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. But definitely do everything you want to do and make sure you get a good group of people around you, because that group of people is going to be your family for the
Yeah.
next year, maybe half a year, who knows. And yeah, just have a fun time. Like, get to experience all the things you haven't experienced before. Just be safe about it. But yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. It's amazing having you.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me. It's a good time getting to chat with y'all.
Yes. You too.
Yeah, let me know if you ever need anything in the future. Yeah, just you're always free to reach out. So,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. Have a fun time at college.
Thank you.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Fangirls. Oh.